Welcome to Cheap Controls. We make videos on things that we struggled with, hoping to help you so you don't. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell. I had a request from a subscriber on how to use the Intelligent Display's pop-out keypad feature to send data without using the Nextion library. I have two different scenarios that I'm going to show. I'm not sure which way they wanted to go, so I'm going to show it in two different ways. One where you press a button to send the data after it's been entered, and one that sends it automatically. We'll go over the Nextion portion first. I chose an Intelligent Display, and I have 3 number boxes on it, and I have 3 buttons, and then a button to take us to page 2. When you do this, each one of these Nextion buttons, if you're using the keypad, has to be set globally, and then under the key feature down here, you have to select numeric keypad or whatever feature you want. So when you click on it, the keypad pops out and it stores the data. Now in order to send the data, I set up 2 variables. One variable I'm calling data to send. It's a local variable. It's of type string, and I increased the default max length is 10. I made it 20 because it's going to store a word and the value together. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room. The value that you're going to send is another variable I put on it. It's called value to send. It's also local. It's of type string, and I left it at its default 10. When you press a button on here, what you're going to do is you're going to take the value that's in the one it's associated with, which is N2, and you're going to convert N2's value and store it in the value to send, in this string value down here. Then you're going to take the data to send, which is the other value, and you're going to make it equal to temp. I just chose temp. You could say temperature, but I wanted to keep it small, so I made it temp. And then you're going to take the data to send variable and you're going to add the value to send to it. So it's one long variable. It's temp and then the value put together, and then you're going to send it out the serial port. If you look at the second button, it's the same thing, only you're going to convert N1 to the value to send. You're going to convert the variable data to send to humid, so you can tell the difference between temp and humid. And then you're going to combine humid and this value into one string, and you're going to send it out the serial port. And count is the same, only instead of N1 or 2, you're using N0. You're going to store the same values. You can use the same variables. You could add variables down here to make it more clear if you wanted, but you can use the same variables and just write new data into it. And then you're going to send. For this example, for the count, you're going to send, and data to send, you'll send count and whatever value's in here. We'll run this in debug and I'll show you how it works. So here's where we're going to be sending the data. I'm going to convert it to string so it's easier to see. So if I change the value in here to 23 and click OK, if I hit this button, it's going to send temp 23. And you can see out the serial port, it's going to combine temp and 23 and send it out. If I just hit the humid button, it's going to send humid 0 because that's the current value that's set here. If I change it to 56 and hit it, it's going to send humid 56. Now on the count one, if we hit it, it'll hit count 0. So that's how that's going to work. You set a value in here, you convert it to a string, you hit the button, it sends whatever word you want it to send plus that value. Now on the other page, page 2, I have the same setup, but these are just text. They don't do anything. There's no button. This is tied once again to the keypad, just like the other ones are, and I have 2 variables, the data to send and the value to send. But in this case, they have to be global, because when the keypad comes up and you exit the keypad, the page will refresh. So it'll set these values, these variables, back to nothing or to whatever the default is. And you don't want that. You want it to stay or however it's set. Nothing happens when you hit these buttons up here, but when you press these buttons down here, when you click into them on the press event for button 1 under the temp, it's going to set the data to send to temp. So it's going to assign this value. So whichever one you click on before the keypad comes up, it's going to set the data to send to a certain value. And then once you exit the keypad on page load, you're going to run this over here. And this will run when you load the page the first time. So this runs every time you go into this page. But we're going to look, and if you remember when we clicked on these buttons, we set the data to send to something. And if we set it to temp, then we want to take the value of N2 and we're going to convert it and store it into a text of value to send. And then we're going to combine the values just like we did on the first page, and then we're going to send it out. If it's humid, we're going to take the value of N1 and store it in value to text. And if it's equal to count, it will take the value of N0 and store it into value of text and send it out. Now we'll go in debug and I'll show you how that works. So this is page 1 and it worked just like the other. Hit 56 and hit temp. Oh, hit OK. And then press temp and we get that value out there. Temp 56. Now if we go to page 2 though, there's no buttons here. So when I hit temp on this one, and we'll make it something different, 23, and click OK, it sends 23. Because on the page refresh, it knows that it's temp, it gets that value, and it sends it out. If I select the humidity and set it to 56%, let's say, then you get humid 56. And the same thing with the count. I'll set the count 6, and we get count 6. So both pages are sending the data the same way. They're going to send a word that says what value they're sending or what box they're sending, or however you want to define that. It can be whatever you set it at in the text field, and then the value of the box. Now we'll go to the Arduino. If you've watched any of my videos before, you're going to need a variable called data from display. So just set that up at the top. And then I'm going to use a mega so I can display things on the built-in serial monitor port, and then I have the Nextion and debug mode set up to serial port 2 on the mega itself. And I'm both set at 9600 baud. Now once again, I'm going to put a link to my initial video on how to collect data for this. But if there is data on the serial port 2, if it's available, which means the Nextion has sent it, either our temp value, count value, or humidity value, then we're going to collect that data and put it into data from display. And then just for a test, we're going to print it out in the serial monitor of the Arduino. And if the first 4 characters are temp, then we know that we're sending the temperature. So we're going to test for that using the substring function. Now if that is correct and it is temp, then we're going to print the temperature is, and we're going to use the substring again. We're going to get everything after temperature and display it. But you could do anything in here. This is where your logic would go if the temperature were sent, like if you need to change a variable or whatever it is you need to do. Now in the next substring has to be a little bit different because humid is 5 characters, so we're checking from 0 to 5 if it's humidity. Then we're going to print humidity is, and we're going to print that value using substring 5, which would be the rest of the characters after 5. And down here count, which is the same 5 characters, it operates the same. Now I'm going to upload this and run it using the serial monitor. Okay, so I have the Nextion running in debug mode here, and we're on page 1 at this point, so we're going to do everything manually. And I have the serial monitor for the Arduino running. So if you click on this, it brings up the code. You hit OK. I'm going to set this to 0 so we see it on both. Oh, I forgot to put this. If you've never used this before, if you want to connect the debug mode to the serial, you have to go down here and you have to use that second port and hit start. So now we'll send it again. And you can see it sent temp 23, so it says temperature is 23. If I change the humidity to 56 and we send it, oh, let me change this to 0 so we can see. We're sending humidity 56. It gets it as humid 56, and it displays humidity 56. I change the count to 10, and the count is 10. Now let's go to page 2. And yep, this is important that we set the variables the same that we're sending. You wouldn't have to, you just have to look for different values in the substring. But for our case, we set temp the same, depending on, it didn't matter what page we were sending it from. We set temp, humid, and count the same. So if I click on here, now it's different on this one because when I hit OK, it will send temp 45 immediately. And you can see, and it does, it detects the temp and it detects the temperature separately. Same thing with humidity, 123% humidity. Let's go back to temp just so you know it doesn't matter the order. Change it to 78. Well, actually it's 4578. So 4,578 degrees. And it reads it correctly. And the count could be any large number we want. So 452,139. 452,139. So I'm going to get out of debug and just go over it real quickly again. There are two ways you can do this. You can load the variables using the keypad and then hit the button. And when you hit the button, you can have it. What I like to do is I like to have it combine it into one string. You could have print temp and then print the value. There's no reason you can't do that. But sometimes the Arduino and the Nextion don't talk well. So it's better to smash it into one value, which is what I do here, data to send plus value to send, and then send it all as one. That way you know it's going as one solid string rather than maybe breaking it up into two. Because if it breaks it into two and the if serial available and the Arduino doesn't work right, you won't get good data. So that's one way using the button. And then if we go to the other page where there's no buttons, the other way is to use the page on load. So when you click on a button here, you set the data to send to the name, and then when you click on the page itself, you check that value temp or humid or whatever, and then you combine it. You do the same steps we did on the other one, you just combine it on the page initialized. And then on the Arduino, I set up two serial ports. You wouldn't really need that for the actual circuit you're using. I just did it so we can show on serial, on the built-in serial monitor, some data. Then I use serial 2 to talk to the Nextion. But what you do is you check if there's data available, you read it in, and then you just substring it out. So you look at the first 4 characters. You have to know what you're sending. Like let's say I sent humidity instead of humid. I'd have to change this value, so I'm looking at a different substring or a different number of variables or a different character length within the string itself, but it should work well. Well, that's about it for this video. If you like what you saw, consider giving me a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.